So this is how the 93.7 fine hamburger meat comes from Zaycon fresh. So it comes in these tubes, 4 tubes in a box. These are the big boxes right here. So 93.7 fine grade, fine ground. So the day was packed 110.17 and freeze by 130.17. So I ordered 2 boxes, one the 80 per 2080 and 93.7. So what I do is I get the cylinder, the tube, right? Get my measuring, and normally it's like 21, 22 inches, right? So I do 20 because keep it even numbers, because the tips tend to curve out. So what I do is, you see these marks right here? Instead of getting a marker, I mark it. I cut it. So 1 to 5 inches, 10 inches, 15 inches, and we have 4 kind of even pieces. So make sure when you do, you can have a clean surface. So I use a lot of Greenworks natural antibacterial thing. So do this, get a clean blade, cut it 4 sections. You can do 5 sections if you wanted to, or you can use a scale and make 2-pounders. But 4 sections, I get 2.5, 2 1/4 around there per vacuum seal. So I save 1 bag per tube, and plus, anyways, when I make burgers, they're going to be a 3/4 pound to a pound burgers anyway. So you get 2 burgers, or I mix 2 bags, and I can make a good meatloaf or 1 meatloaf. So not that bad. So now I cut it up. Right now I can't show you how to cut it because I'm using one hand. So do this part. Let me just have that done, and I'll put you back in a little bit. So this is how they'll look once they're cut up. 4 pieces. So that's how they look at. Yeah, I'm not perfectly straight cuts. Well, I do have a fractured hand, so I'm trying to do as much as I can. So that's how they look. These are the bags I'm using right now. I was using the Hamilton Beach ones, but they were kind of thin. I just ran them out, used them all out completely. Then ordered these from Walmart. They're the commercial grade. I'll put a link underneath the description. Notice these are thicker, better quality ones. Plus, the seals are way better because they're a thicker material, and I don't know what it is, but when they're sealed, it's sealed really good. You can see how clear the seal is. I always do 2 seals now. It's better to be safe than sorry, right? So we have a smooth side and a texture side. So I noticed I mark them first before I put the meat in there. Reason is markers and Sharpies don't tend to work that well on a smooth surface, and I want them to dry so I don't have to worry about smearing the numbers. I make them big, 97.3. I don't put hamburger meat on it because 97.3, what am I going to be putting there? Hamburger meat, right? So 2080, same thing. Put the date. I'm not putting more than a year on there, so 1 year. Once it gets to that date, it has to be gone, cooked, or a lot of chili on the 1st of next year of 2018. Right now it's 2017, 1/18/2017. So let me get this part done, and I'll show you once I get to the part how I put them in bags. Okay, so hopefully it's recording because I'm guessing how the angle is. You get the unit like this. Get a blade right. The 2. I cut it like this already, so stab it, go up a little bit, and then down. Kilos, really, dude. They love hamburger meat, especially this type, and they're crying because they want one. I'm saving them one. As a treat. And I have micro fractures or internal sprain, bruising inside my hand, so that's why it hurts. So peel it off. Let the blood kind of pour out a little bit. The bag, I already prepped it. So if you can see here, 2 seals, double. I already marked it 93.7. This is the worst chicken scratch there is due to my hand. I'm right-handed, so I can't use it. I'm using my left hand the most right now. So you grab it, put it in there like that. let it slide. Pick up the bag like that. It's fine. The most important thing to do when you're doing the bagging, get the corners and the bottom. Once you start the bottom, everything else will work perfectly fine. So normally I would use my hands or a roller, but I don't have a roller. I've been using the cylinders from the tubes, from the liners, the bags. So I'm using that. So right now I'm using my elbows and squishing it to the corner. Doesn't have to be pretty right now because you just want to distribute the weight as much as you can. So once it's like this, hopefully you guys can see the difference. The light areas is the air. This area is the darker ones, is no air. So the reason you need something long cylinder is to kill the air. So once you get doing this for a little bit, it'll be easier. This is my last bag out of 80 pounds. Yeah, 80 pounds because I got 40 pounds of 93.7 and I got 40 pounds of 80-20. Reason, this is for leaner stuff, leaner recipes or meatloaves, or I'll mix half and half. So I did them in cylinders, right? Cut the cylinder, that's 10 pounds in 4 pieces. So about, if you do the math right, 2.5 pounds or 2 1/4, depending on how good you are at cuts. So if you saw that previous video, hopefully I linked them to play like 1. If not, it'll be like 1, 2, and 3. I think that'll be 1 then. So I guess to this point, so you see the difference. Nice color, right? Here's the air pocket. So what you want to do, you want to make it into like a rectangle so there's less air. If you find any of it, you can go back and squish it. I learned that going sideways for a little bit tends to get all the air pockets out. On the thinner material bags, it's harder to do because wrinkle here, wrinkle there, air pockets everywhere. Ooh, that almost rhymed. Not really, I suck at that. So these are thicker. The commercial brand from Walmart. I bought a big 2-pack. So it was a lot of bag for the money. Way cheaper than refills from Food Saver or Hamilton Beach or Make Your Own. And these are all make your own sizes. So basically you do this. There it goes. You see there's an indentation here. I'm going to try to push the meat back in because I want it to be the same thickness all the way through, and I want the furthest possible from this base right here. Reason, the more I give of the emptiness, the less chance of fluids going up to the food saver or the vacuum saver. All right, the vacuum sealer. So once you get to this point, just make sure to take out all the air, like so. Then, there's where a lot of people mess up. Push the meat back. That's loose right here. That's loose there. Get a clean paper towel. I use 1/2 of a paper towel, the Selecta size things. Costco brand, Kirkland. Half, right? One side, one time. Don't use it more than twice, because what I noticed when people do that, because they're already kind of dirty, they don't absorb all of the liquid and moisture completely. So you want to do both sides. And I wish I could use it. Ow. Both sides, right? Make sure to clean it, and if you pull it out like this, make sure to do it again, because a little bit on one side will get both sides. So both sides done, right? It's okay if you see the air bubble going back. It's fine. All you're gonna do is get the food saver or vacuum sealer ready. Get as close as possible to the edge on your first seal. At least don't have to worry about being professional. Close it. Use it one more time, the roller, to get any air that you just introduced. But now it's ready to just press the on button. So there. Ooh, I'm getting a bad one here. There it goes. So it's done. So Hamilton Beach, I normally don't press my hand on it, but I'm doing it this time. So press it, using the bad hand right now to push it out, rub it for any extra bubbles. So vacuum and seal. I use the extended seal, so it gets a little bit extra air out. Something I don't think they recommend it too much for meat because of the liquids. But if you do this right, you'll get the liquids up to the edge right here, to the middle. And it's good to give it extra bag, or do the paper towel trick. Cut half of a selector size, fold it in half, and put it in there. Which is okay, it's fine, but I'm doing double seals. I'm doing 2 seals. So here we go. See, because I'm pressing it down, there it goes. It didn't suck too much air out because there wasn't too much air in there in the first place. It's kind of cool. So that's the first seal. There's green, so I'm going to open it up, push the bag in, enough to give it at least half an inch or an inch to give the new seal. Drop it, close it, seal only. Hopefully you guys can see this much because I'm guessing right now in the video. And I can't hold the phone, so it's my hand. So that's the second seal. And we're done. Turn green. Okay, so has the texture side, one side as well. See a little air bubbles here, tiny a bit, but you see how much the fluids went up right here. So these are the units I'm doing. There's some air. If you squish the meat right now, there'll be air. This will be fine, but it's better this way. So hopefully this works for you guys. And make sure to sanitize like crazy. Everything you do. So wash your hands constantly. Any areas you do, make sure to sanitize. So I'm going to sanitize everything right now with a lot of Lysol and bleach. So here we go. Thanks for watching. See ya. So this is the 2 types of meat that we got from Zaycon today. Zaycon Fresh. 80/20 fine ground chuck, right? Process 110/17. Must freeze before 130/17. So 40 pounds, right? Oh, 39.4. Then there's the other one, 9307, right? Same day process and everything. These are freezed by 130. So this is the 2 types. This is the 80/20, already sealed, right? And the more redder one, right here, 93.7. This is how it looks and how I packaged it, right? So this is how the other one looks. So that 20% does a lot in quality. I've actually, what's that? 20%? That's actually 14%. I'll do the math. 17% difference, right? So actually 13% difference in fat. I think from now on, I'm just gonna order the 93.7. This, I'm gonna try it out, make some burgers and stuff. And if not, just this one. So it's perfectly fine. So I divided the container, the tube that it comes in. It comes in a 10-pound tube, 4 10-pound tubes, supposedly 40 pounds in total. And I divided them in 4 sections each tube. So I thought it would be from 2 pounds to 3 pounds each one, right? So here's this one, first one, making sure. It's 2 pounds, 8 ounces, right? Not bad. So zero it back out, there it goes, 0. Now this one, 2 pounds, 12 ounces. So 2 pounds, 13 ounces, almost 3 pounds. So that's what I was going to do, because I wasn't going to measure them individually since I didn't have no batteries for my weight scale, and I just bought it. So not bad. So just in case you guys wanted to see which unit I use, I'm using this Hamilton Beach unit. It has for the canisters and everything. It's really cool. First unit I've owned, and it works perfectly fine. So these are the type of bags I bought. Commercial Bargains Inc. at Walmart, 11 by 50. Yeah, 50 feet long. 2 rolls. Right? Got this at Walmart on sale. So this is how much I used for doing the 80 pounds. Not too much. And I used about half a roll left of the other one. So this is how much I used compared to this. And it's a thicker material right away. So I wish I had said the millimeters here, but it doesn't. But that's how it works, 50 feet each roll. So not bad.